Okay, so here you can see the European Union now without officially United Kingdom, because in an unofficial way, United Kingdom is still in European Union, because especially with this Prime Minister, he follows pretty much the guidance and the stupid laws of European Union. So continue not to obey me. I don't know. Thank you very much. I'm having troubles with that. So in 1648, with the Treaty of Westphalia, the principle of national sovereignty was born. The idea was that each people has the right to decide what is better from themselves, this own destiny, free from external imposition. And that became the foundation from the modern Europe. But today, as we know, it is under serious threat. So after the World War I, there was the principle of cooperation. The countries wanted to unite their forces just in case something could happen again in Europe. But suddenly, this cooperation became integration, and this integration became what we are seeing today, submission. So let's make a quick review. In 1951, there was the European Coal and Steel Community with the principle sharing resources to avoid war. In 1957, it seemed something good because it was about to come free market, free circulation of services and people, so from joint control to shared markets. 86 Single European Act, political integrations, where national borders actually started to blur. And in 92, the year I was born, so ironic, the European Union, as we know today, was born with the Treaty of Maastricht. Denmark, however, said no, but the second referendum was held because the European Union can't hear a no. When they hear a no, they make you vote again, or they propose to you in another way. They are very persistent. In 97, another treaty, Treaty of Amsterdam. So justice and borders became European issues, and the power shifts quietly away from the national parliaments. This all seems very, very scaring. In 2001, the Treaty of Nice, the bigger states gain more voting power and the smaller nations lose influence. As someone from a small nation, I don't really like it, and neither Ireland did like it. They said no to Nice Treaty, and the result, as you might imagine, a second referendum 1 year later, with pressure and assurance, changed their minds. Treaty of Lisbon, just in a tribute to what I think of them, the European Union becomes a legal entity. The national vetoes become more weak, and Brussels earn real authority. However, Ireland, France, Netherlands opposed. But as you can imagine, when people say no, Brussels say vote again. So I feel a little sad to say no to Lisbon as a Portuguese, but in this case they were completely right. So how European Union works, I hope you don't fall asleep. This is very complicated, even for me. So we have the European Commission. I need to use my notes. So European Commission takes care of the laws, the budget, and the rules. However, they are not elected. Then we have European Parliament. We do elect these ones, but they don't have real power. So they have, let's say, they can change a little bit, but not much. To me, it's like an illusion of democracy more than democracy itself. So we vote for them when we vote for European elections. Then we have another power, which is the Council of European Union, the Council of Ministers. I need to did some research because at the beginning I didn't know what they do, and I still don't. So it's a problem that we have. Apparently, they are composed of national ministers from each member state, and mind, member state, not country. We are not countries anymore, we are member states. They approve or reject laws proposed by Commission and represent the interests of national governments. This is state over state over state over state. It's so confusing, and it's more difficult to actually, for Europeans to understand what they are doing. We don't know what they are doing. And of course, we also have a court. And this court, they can completely delete a national court decision, which is extremely serious in my opinion. As you can see, EU law takes precedence over national law. Now, my favorite, Brexit. Britain was the one who got away, and let's see why. There was some key tensions that led to Brexit. They want to regain some sovereignty, control over their laws and their borders. In fact, Boris Johnson wrote a book about that, and he told that Emmanuel Macron said that they will make it difficult for United Kingdom to protect its borders. Emmanuel Macron openly said to Boris Johnson that they will try to undermine the Brexit in his heart, which was the control of the borders. And every week you have a lot of migrants crossing the English Channel, and France is not even looking. So I think the plan is still on. Immigration, economic cost, you can see how it ended. Scotland didn't really wanted Brexit, but the rest of the country wanted Brexit, so we came here. I would like to show you this video. I hope it works. It shocks me a lot. This is Nigel Farage, the face of Brexit. I found this moment where they said goodbye to the European Union a very authoritarian moment, a moment where people from the European Union left their masks to fall. When they said the quote that is stuck in my mind, "Please remove the flags, you're leaving." That sounds awful to me. Can we play the video? Let me see if no, okay. Someone in the computer, please play the video for me. It's a really good moment, you really need to see. I show it to everybody, because for me it's really the face of European Union.
So this is it, the final chapter, the end of the road. A 47-year political experiment that the British, frankly, have never been very happy with. My mother and father signed up to a common market, not to a political union, not to flags, anthems, presidents, and now you even want your own army.
Amen.
For me, it's been 27 years of campaigning and over 20 years here in this Parliament. I'm not particularly happy with the agreement we're being asked to vote on tonight, but Boris has been remarkably bold in the last few months, and Ms von der Leyen, he's made it clear, he's promised us there'll be no level playing field. And on that basis, I wish him every success in the next round of negotiations, I really do. But the most significant point is this. What happens at 11 p.m. this Friday, the 31st of January 2020, marks the point of no return. Once we've left, we are never coming back, and the rest, frankly, is detail. We're going, we will be gone. And that should be the summit of my own political ambitions. I walked in here, as I've said before, you all thought it was terribly funny. You stopped laughing in 2016. But my view has changed of Europe since I joined. In 2005, I saw the constitution that had been drafted by Giscard and others. I saw it rejected by the French in a referendum. I saw it rejected by the Dutch in a referendum. And I saw you in these institutions ignore them, bring it back as the Lisbon Treaty and boast you could ram it through without there being referendums. Well, the Irish did have a vote and did say no and were forced to vote again. You're very good at making people vote again, but what we've proved is the British are too big to bully, thank goodness. So I became an outright opponent of the entire European project. I want Brexit to start a debate across the rest of Europe. What do we want from Europe? If we want trade, friendship, cooperation, reciprocity, we don't need a European Commission. We don't need a European Court. We don't need these institutions and all of this power. And I can promise you, both in UKIP and indeed in the Brexit Party, we love Europe. We just hate the European Union. It's as simple as that. So I'm hoping this begins the end of this project. It's a bad project. It isn't just undemocratic, it's anti-democratic, and it puts in that front row. It gives people power without accountability. People who cannot be held to account by the electorate, and that is an unacceptable structure. Indeed, there's an historic battle going on now across the West, in Europe, America and elsewhere. It is globalism against populism. And you may loathe populism, but I tell you a funny thing, it's becoming very popular. And it has great benefits. No more financial contributions, no more European Court of Justice, no more common fisheries policy, no more being talked down to, no more being bullied, no more Guy Verhofstadt. I mean, what's not to like? I know you're going to miss us. I know you want to ban our national flags, but we're going to wave you goodbye, and we'll look forward in the future to working with you as sovereign.
If you disobey the rules, you get cut off. Could we please remove the flags?
So democratic, so sweet they are, so democratic.
Mr Farage, could we remove the flags, please?
That's it, it's all over, finished. We've gone.
Could I please ask for quiet? Please sit down, resume your seats, put your flags away, you're leaving, and take them with you if you are leaving now. And goodbye. Can I just say, if I may say, just in a slight reference, the word hate was used in the last contribution. And I really think, given what we listened to prior to this, that we should not hate anyone or any nation or any people.
That was pretty much the spirit of European Union, yes. As you can see, someone screaming for liberty and the other part say, no, we don't use the word hate, but remove your flags, remove your identity. They are very good at doing that. Ta-da! Okay, so integration is happening. Overregulation, centralized state, sabotage of political forces. There is a political force in Europe now, Eurosceptic, called Patriots for Europe. And they are pretty much cornered in order to not have a lot of power of decision, despite they being, at the moment, I think, the third biggest political force in European Union. They are called the fascists. So we have a lot of regulation in European Union. We have Digital Services Act that says what you can say or not say. We have Digital Markets Act who says what we can sell or we cannot sell. We also have European Green Deal, our dear, and in which we must tax the gas from the cows and everything until 2030. Either way, European Union will put us a fine. I don't know how. My country is fined every time. I don't understand why. We have that one too, European Union Taxonomy for Sustainable Finance. I don't know what it is. We have that one that I don't know what it is. No one knows what it is. We only know that we are always paying for something. We always do something wrong, according to Brussels. Something happened here? Okay, so let's see some of the examples where we were all fined. So, Apple was fined for breaching some European Union law. I think it was about Digital Markets Act. Hungary, poor Hungarians, they are always being fined because they simply say no to Brussels. You can't say no to Brussels. How dare you? So you are a fascist. The Hungarians are now the fascists. And then, of course, X was also fined. My country was also fined. I don't know why. European Electronic Communications Code, okay, against Portugal, so we were also fined, despite we are such a good student. And antitrust, where car manufacturers were also fined. So everybody's fined. It's impossible to create whatever in such conditions. Of course, I'm sad because Portugal was fined. And the last one is about the Brussels effect. The Brussels effect was a theory created by Anu Bradford, I think I'm saying correctly. It's an academic from United States where she sees that the European Union is becoming a global regulator because their regulations are not only impact the European Union countries, they are also impacting you. Because in order for you being able to access this biggest market of Europe, you must follow the rules. Therefore, you do not make any progresses or innovation. You just need to do what they want. If they say, no, you can't use this system or this product or whatever, they ended up following that. So I think that pretty much, in the end, Brussels controls us all. Thank you very much. Any questions? I hope I can answer. I don't know if someone has any question? No? Who has a question? I hope I can answer.
Hello? Okay.
Hi.
Hi. My understanding is that here in the United States, with our retirement plans, we can choose what funds we apply our money to for growth. My understanding is with the EU, 70% of all the funds have to be invested into the state or something. And my understanding is, because of the negative rates and everything else they've had there over time, essentially, Europe is broke. They can't pay the unions. And one of the reasons the issues going on with Russia right now is when you're broke, you need resources and funds elsewhere. So do you have any thoughts on that as some of the issues in Europe right now and the fighting between Russia and Ukraine? Europe is really a surrogate, and they need Russia to collapse and get resources from there. Do you have any thoughts on that matter?
I'm sorry, can you make the question a little bit simpler?
Okay. Europe is broke.
Yes.
They need money and resources.
Yes.
They see Russia as vast resources. They want it. Do you see war arising between NATO and Russia in the near future?
If I see a war between NATO and Russia in the future,
Yeah.
I think European Union is pushing for it, yes. In fact, I think President Trump is doing the best he can for that not to happen. But these people, they want war. They have interests in war. I hope it does not happen. I think your question is the golden question that we all wanted to be able to respond, because we don't want any war. We don't want to die for Ukraine or Russia or whatever. But they want it so much. It's like they see an angry bear that is Russia, and they are cutting him, you know? So I hope it doesn't have a bad end. Let's hope. But I don't have the question. Thank you very much. Don't make it very hard for me. It'd be good for me.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Steve Villet from Dover.
Hi, Steve.
Do you know of any other EU countries that do you believe would like to invoke Article 50 to leave but have been intimidated into not doing so?
That wanted to, sorry?
That have tried to leave the way the UK did?
There is a lot of countries that would like to leave. Hungary, I imagine, would be one of them.
Okay.
Poland could be one of them. But everyone is looking at the sabotage that is being made to United Kingdom. And as United Kingdom seems so chaotic, with all the immigrants crossing the English Channel all the time, with
Right.
France looking away, people tend to think that they cannot survive without the European Union at any level. And so the best way to have any relationship with the European Union is never go in, because they cut your legs. They cut the legs to my country. They give us money not to fish. They give the fishermen money not to produce, because they will need to protect that part of the ocean. This is ridiculous. There is a friend of mine, Nuno Palma, from University of Manchester. He has this theory where the European Union money is a cancer for us, not a help. They give us some money and they say, you need to invest in this, in this, in this, and in that. And we really have data to make that thing happen. If we don't, we are fined again. So we need to do according to the plan. It's awful.
I understand that Montenegro is in the process of trying to join, so I imagine you would recommend that they not join.
Yes,
the reason
I don't
know about
recommend
them.
anyone to join. I heard 2 days ago while I was here that my country went to the big pool, and now we are starting to pay instead of receiving. So eventually, European Union is not a great deal. No, when you start to pay, I think I will see people become more Eurosceptic, because we'll feel it in our pockets.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think.
familiar with them because of Montenegro, which I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're kind of like a free state project in Europe. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. So many questions. Oh my God, you are trying to kill me. And you with the gun, oh my God. She sent you?
Trust me, Claudia, this is the smallest gun here currently. So you're telling me that you're being taxed heavily by Belgium, effectively, from Brussels. Is that correct? Your country?
Sorry, can you...
So you're telling me that you're effectively being heavily taxed by Brussels? Your
Yes.
country being fined heavily?
Yes.
Whenever they want to, and you're in Portugal. It's a lot of
Yes.
ports, the harbors, bays, a lot of maritime bodies of water around it. Is that correct?
Yes.
So have you ever considered not paying it and instead just throwing as many Belgian waffles into the harbor as possible? We did that, and it worked very well for us.
Oh, these ones, not paying, impossible. They are the good students. Portugal is one of the good students of the European Union. The first thing my Prime Minister did when he was elected, he was not even appointed yet by the President of the Republic. He went to Brussels to kiss her hands. Mm-hmm. She came to Porto to see him. So it's a love affair. So we need to follow them for some reason.
Well, here in the States, many of the governors, before we became our own country, were doing the same thing to King George, and we just threw tea into the harbor, and then some other stuff happened, I guess, and then we got free. So just try throwing the waffles in the harbor. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. Thank you for not shooting me. Oh, who is?
So my question is sort of about situations in which companies are assessed those very large fines, like what happened to Apple.
Yes.
How often, or what's your opinion on how much of that is motivated by sort of an honest attempt to make good policy on the part of the European Commission or Parliament versus other factors like just trying to extract money from these companies to fund various things?
They just want money. There's no good intentions. Don't expect good intentions for them. They're the dictators of the world, in my opinion.
I don't expect it. I was just wondering what you thought.
No, awful. They just want to profit on everything that the taxpayer can give them, for them to live rich lives. Like European employees, they live like princes. They receive like $300 euros a day just to appear at work. Imagine. and then they have 5,000 euros for a month to manage their office, and then they also have their income, the normal income. So they need the money. Someone has to pay the lobster lunches. In Europe, lobster is very expensive, by the way.
Thanks for your answer.
Thank you.
So you did a really good job outlining like the current state of the European Union. I'm kind of curious to hear what you think the future entails. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
I think something is about to happen because they are seeing us very revolt, and they are becoming more authoritarian. So I feel that the two forces are clashing, and something will happen soon. I don't know when, but it's a fight between a big state and the normal people. Europeans are not woke. We can't just choose. I can't choose not to be ruled by her. We can't take this woman away. We can't see her anymore. But she's not there by direct vote, so there's nothing we can do about it. I think probably Hungary, Poland, the countries that used to be under Soviet Union, they are more harsh on the European Union because they knew the both realities, and I think it's a matter of time for the project starts to collapse little by little. Of course, they are not doing that without some fight. They are putting people on prison for hate speech, and the hate speech is when we pointed out what they are doing. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last one.
Last one.
Hello.
In the end, Brussels controls us all. It's just too depressing for me, and I can't take it. Is there anything you're doing or we can do to resist or minimize that control?
I expose them every day. And I think President Trump is also, in a certain way, doing a good job when he threatening them with fines and everything, because they need to step back on some of the authoritarian measures that they aim to. But it's very difficult. But it's a beginning. The fact of Trump is pressuring them with the tariffs and everything. But at the moment, I think people just need to be informed. A lot of people in Europe doesn't have a clue about everything I just said here. They think European Union is good, they are green, they give us money, they are lovely. You are a fascist because you are against European Union. You are pro-Russia because you are against European Union. That's the kind of mentality at the moment. So basically expose them, expose these streets, expose the way they are trying to control over their borders. In fact, they don't have borders. They just take advantage of our borders, and they claim our borders as being theirs. And yeah, just expose them. Thank you. Obrigada, thank you. Good evening, bye-bye.